go ahead and read the comment that he posted on PWFempire.com. In an attempt to press the fabled reset button on the Wyatt family, WWE is thinking about introducing the one person Bray Wyatt has been going on and on about ever since he debuted in 2013, Sister Abigail. What are your thoughts on this attempt to press the reset button? Is it a good move on WWE's part, or is it a case of too little too late? And if you think it is a good move, who do you think will be the perfect person to fill this Sister Abigail role, whether she's in WWE, NXT, or another promotion, and why would she be the perfect Sister Abigail? So, boiling everything down, we know this Sister Abigail figure Bray Wyatt has referenced frequently. His finisher is named after Sister Abigail. The buy or sell that I'm going to throw out there to the PWF Empire Live hosting panel and also the viewers: do you buy or sell Sister Abigail becoming an actual character on WWE TV?
Well, there's a few different things there. In terms of what you posed, I could buy that, but only if it's done correctly. I don't think you want to introduce Sister Abigail per se, because I think that's too much of a liability. Because I think the character could just go wrong. Like, you can't bring in someone to play a character like that anymore. Like, the only time they've ever done that, I think, was Kane, and that worked, but that was back then. It's hard to bring in someone and just have them be a previously referenced character. Because, eventually, something could happen. She could get fired. She could be released. She could
just do it like they do it on the soap operas, recast. Or
well,
maybe
that's
do
what
like
I was going to say.
a plastic surgery story.
I was going to say, this is the only way I could see it working, is if they do it where Bray Wyatt actually thinks that someone is Sister Abigail, or that they say that this is the sort of reincarnation or embodiment or possession of Sister Abigail. I feel like if you bring in a legit Sister Abigail, it just makes no sense, because supposedly she's a lot older, to the point where she was sort of the leader of their cult when he was a kid, so she couldn't be the age they want her to be. So I just feel like they had to do it. They would have to do it in a clever way like that. And as for who should play her, I have no idea.
But to piggyback off of Steven's point, I think it's a very honest criticism that he brings up. And honestly, I don't know where I stand on that point either, because I feel like even though we're supposed to believe that Sister Abigail is a real figure that once was part of Bray Wyatt's past, there's also that feeling that she's somewhat of a deity, of an ethereal nature, and we saw Bray Wyatt dealing with the supernatural when he was feuding with Undertaker and Kane, and that flopped. I mean, listen to the way you reacted. So I am just yuck, absolutely. I'm not. If that were to be true, if that were to be the spin that they put on it, I wouldn't buy that in the least. If they did play up the part that maybe Bray Wyatt has been imagining Sister Abigail to be his guiding light, to be the leader of a cult that he formerly was a part of, now if they play like a psychotic part to Wyatt's character, that I could get into. But as far as bringing in an actual person to play the role of Sister Abigail, there's too much of a liability there. Not to mention, she wouldn't be able to take part in any of the other spots that females play on the roster, and I feel like she'd be marginalized to only doing Wyatt attacks, and that to me doesn't leave a whole lot of room for progression.
Now, see if it was Lucha Underground, though.
I was gonna say that this is the kind of thing that would work so well in Lucha Underground.
Man, I'm telling you, Bray Wyatt and Lucha Underground, I'm taking all of these damn pictures off the wall, and his face would be up there everywhere.
Another thing is, the writer mentioned a reboot. Now, they missed their opportunity to reboot Bray Wyatt, because his opportunity was when they attacked Undertaker and Kane, and that didn't go anywhere. So I kind of feel like they missed that boat. I know at the time I kind of said, well, he can recover from this, but and then to an extent he did recover from it. But that was the moment where it solidified that Bray Wyatt is not like a huge force. He's just kind of a roadblock in the mid card. So as for like a big reset, I don't know if Sister Abigail can do that. Maybe they could do it like sort of an Undertaker urn type thing, where Sister Abigail gives him these powers, which I always thought Bray Wyatt should have. I always thought Bray Wyatt should be booked as sort of this final boss who has like these powers of no selling, or just sort of over the top strength. I think that would have been cool if done correctly, but the boat has sailed on that for the most part, and we know that Bray Wyatt is just some guy. His cult is not any mythical thing. It's just it is what it is. So
you know what's so funny about this, Dalton? Like, just hearing Steven talk about that, doesn't it sound like he's describing Mil Muertes? like in his relationship with Katrina.
Wow, absolutely. That's
But
like
yeah,
on the nose.
but here's the thing when it comes to Sister Abigail for me. I have the perfect person to play Sister Abigail. Little Jimmy. Meaning that I don't ever want to fucking see her on WWE TV. You know that reaction that I had to that all of that stuff going on with Bray Wyatt and the supernatural powers with the feud with The Undertaker, or the Wyatt family's feud with the Brothers of Destruction. That was a step too far for me, or a whole hell of a lot of steps too far for me. I like the mystique that surrounds Bray Wyatt. The fact that I have so many questions about him and I can't answer those questions, I appreciate that, because I think when they get to a point where they have this supernatural person, he kind of delves into like the cult-like mentality and things that may not be real or exist in what we know to be reality. It's better if we don't answer those questions and we let those things just exist. That way we can guess what Bray Wyatt is. That way we can guess, is Sister Abigail some kind of real person? Is Sister Abigail a deity? Is Sister Abigail like a split personality of Bray Wyatt that manifests itself in an imaginary friend? You know, I like the fact that we have those questions there, and I don't want an answer to those questions. Steven, you bring up an interesting point though, like having someone like a faux Sister Abigail, like someone come onto the scene and basically use that relationship that Bray Wyatt has with this being to kind of like manipulate him and things like that.
I wouldn't say that. I don't think Bray Wyatt should be manipulated by anyone. I think he should project it onto her. I think he should look at. I've always thought they need a girl in it. First of all, because cults are nothing without women. Like, when you look at cults, they're often used as opportunities for the leader to get to be with all these women, and that's kind of what makes it so creepy. Like, when you look at cults that have been around, there's always women involved. So when you have this all guy lumberjack cult, it's more like a biker gang. It's just not, because it loses the creep factor, because there's no innocence involved. These guys don't
Wait,
look.
who
I mean, except for
knows?
Eric Rowan, of course.
We don't know. Oh god. Going on what you were saying about women being in cults and stuff, like, we don't know what Bray Wyatt's preferences are. Maybe he's exactly where he wants to be. It is 2016.
I mean,
Some
okay,
people go for that. Some people go for that rugged look. You never know.
fair enough, but it still helps to. It still would help the group a lot. I mean, look what happened when they added, was it Serena to the Straight Edge Society?
Hmm.
She was good, she was awesome.
I think it could
And
be an interesting dynamic, though, because it's almost like if you add a female force, especially one that Wyatt is compelled by, it almost seems like you're adding an essence of vulnerability to his character. That
yeah,
could be
that
an
would be
interesting
good.
narrative.
Because before,
Oh,
all you had was the stupid rocking chair, which apparently was Sister Abigail's. So, and now he has a new rocking chair. I don't know if it's like a special one or if this one's just one he got at like IKEA or something. But like, my idea was that you bring in a woman and he like somehow just sees Sister Abigail in her, and he says, "Hey man, you're gonna take the mantle of Sister Abigail, man." And he like just projects this this expectation onto her, and it's kind of like vague, like it's not really clear that if she Sister Abigail, or is she like the reincarnation, or is she just like some vague thing that would be part of it. Like, it would just be very ambiguous. Or
hmm.
she could be like, Sister Abigail could almost be like an office that like switches from person to person. I don't know. I just think
Okay.
that's how it would work best in my opinion.
Alrighty. I guess I'm not too. I don't know. I like some of the ideas that were
Now you're
proposed
sold on it.
here. Yeah. Maybe.